What's going on, guys? Gokuzemi here. I'm here with my good friend Mitchell. He won locals today 4-0 with the new Unchained support.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Lots of fun. All right, yeah, this deck is super busted, super resilient now with the new support. It just makes it so much of a competitor in today's meta. So let's go through the deck. First of all, the twins. We got 3 of the Unchained twins. Ruha, this card is really good. It's one of your free special summons in hand. Triggers the destruction effect on all your cards. Super good. 3 Sarama. I may bump this to 2 eventually because sometimes you don't want it in your opener, but it's super good in setting up in follow-up and setting up traps going first. Rakea. It's also really good. It's a quick effect pop of one of your own cards. It's also a really good interruption on your opponent's turn to trigger one of your traps in case you need to summon a guy from deck.
Yeah, just summon, get a free non-targeting pop.
Yeah. Speaking of that, the Unchained Souls.
2 of it.
2 of them.
Is that standard?
It's not. It is pretty standard because it's pretty good in hand. Because if any of your cards are destroyed by any means, you can just summon him. And then he's got an effect on summon to discard and non-target pop a card. Rakea is really good for getting him out on your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
And then one of the bricks in the deck.
The dog.
The dog.
What he doing?
He linking off with your opponent's stuff.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's a super good thing to pull out of your deck going second. Now we have some of the new support, some of the new Unchained Souls. This guy is this guy, but on crack. He's a quick effect during any main phase, which means you can use him during your opponent's turn to trigger any of your Unchained cards. And when he's sent to the graveyard by any means, he can set a Unchained spell or trap from the deck. He's just so busted.
Yeah.
And then you actually have one more brick.
Just one of the blue one?
Just one of the blue one.
Because it can't like help you extend really. It's just something you special out, and it helps you. Well, it helps you extend, but not from like hand. So if you see a hand, it's just.
You need to have go a little ways in your combo in order to get him out. But yeah,
Gotcha.
he's really useful in combination with I can't remember his name, Sharvara, in order to access some of the new extra deck stuff, which we'll get to when we get to the extra deck. And next are hand traps. I'm playing 2 Nib, 3 Joel. Joel is just busted against the meta. Ash is pretty standard, and that's all for the monsters.
How do you feel this deck does against Kashtira?
I mean, you're blowing up all their things. You're linking off with all their things. I think it does pretty good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it's a fair matchup. I'll just call it that. I'd call it a 50-50 split.
Nice.
Spells, 2 Prosby, 2 only because I don't have the 3rd.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Yeah. And 2 talents, and 3 prison. Prison is busted. You can get you literally any card in the archetype. If you need a spell, if you need a trap, you'll get your trap. If you need one of the guys to special summon from hand, he'll get you one of those.
Nice. Just very simple.
Yep.
I'm a really big fan of tactics this format.
Yep. Traps, Bombable Chamber. It's a reborn or summon from hand. Good for getting the guy that non-target pops back, or if somebody deals with part of your end board, for getting it back as if it never happened.
Cool.
It's another fun part. Escape of the Unchained. It's essentially you pop your own guy, you pop any card on your opponent's field.
It's like a budget.
Yeah, it's
like a dollar store blackout. That's what I like to call it.
It's a dollar store blackout, but
you do plus a lot off of it.
In some ways, it's better because you get
like another pop from deck, or you get to special Rakea or something. Like yeah.
Yep. And lastly, 3 Infirm. Deck doesn't.
Yeah, it's just a good card.
It's another hand trap. Another way to clear the way.
Nice.
All right.
Okay, so we going to the side deck or the extra?
On to the extra.
Okay.
All right. So first of all, we got the Link 2s. We have push it around. Then sort these beforehand. Got 2 Rage,
2 Yama.
and 2 Yama.
Nice.
Rage is super good. It's a lets you link off with your opponent's stuff.
Yeah,
unique
it's one of the
form.
better interruptions on my turn, right? Like your goal is to basically put this out, have a trap set, or like maybe sub out the rage for a one of the trap cards, like the
Yeah.
pop 2, or yeah, well, it's a pop 2.
And it's also really good going into the Nightmares, going into Nightmare Phoenix or Unicorn.
Yeah.
Actually, it can't.
You can go into Unicorn.
You can go into Unicorn, but Unicorn's especially really good. Phoenix is better going second, of course, getting rid of a spell trap thing you need to get rid of. But those are some of the things I'm looking into. Next to Link 3s, Soul of Anguish. It's like this dog, but it does it during your turn.
Yeah, and it's only during your turn, right? So it's not like an interruption or anything.
Yeah, it's what you go into when you think you finished dealing with everything.
Cool.
And you're setting up to kill your opponent next turn. And next, Link 4's Abomination. He pops everything. Labyrinth don't stand a chance.
Nice.
And you aren't as often as fiend locked as before. Before you were reliant on Aruha, the red twin, in order to get all your combos going, and that locked you into fiends for the turn. But thankfully, with some of the new cards, you're not as fiend locked as often, and so you're actually able to go into access code more often and able to access that to kill your opponent rather quickly.
I remember a few lists were running Decode Talker Extended, I believe, like back in like a year ago or two.
Yeah.
Because you would pop something next to its link and then it would be able to attack twice. How do you feel about it?
I just haven't bothered picking it up yet and testing it. I really want to.
Cool.
So, next, a lovely new addition to the deck that was enabled by some of the new support. DDD Wave High King Caesar.
I am very familiar with this card. This card's insane.
It's insane. It negates any 2 effects, spell, trap, and monsters that would special summon a monster
Now,
in a turn.
I noticed you weren't using the effects, the secondary bonus of that effect to raise the attack stat. Is that because you need another DDD?
I think you need it. You do need another DDD.
Okay, so unfortunate, but because on that turn you could get to like so high, you would get to like 64.
Yeah. The attack doesn't often come up because you're using it as an interruption and it lasts until end of turn. But
Yeah.
and then as an option, I'm playing Machinex because you can just slap it on top of him when you're done. And then Zeus for Zeus lines.
Gotcha. How often are you making Zeus on turn 2 when you're going second?
I made it once today, and it was very valuable because it was in the Unchained mirror. And when you can send all your things instead of destroying them,
That sounds like a painful mirror, bro.
it was so grindy. And then last 2 cards in the extra deck are for the Super Poly targets.
A bit of a glare there, but yeah, Mud Dragon's really good.
Dragon and Garura. Garura came up big, especially against the Infernoble
No
matchup.
Draco Queast or whatever it's called. Were you not expecting Vanadium today?
I'd honestly never crossed my mind. I appreciate you bringing it up because now I'm gonna bring it.
You can do it with the Crimson Dragon and Baron because it takes a dragon plus a warrior.
I'll keep that in mind. Now for the side deck, got 2 anti-spell. I brought it in against Vanadium today because a lot of their combos rely on spell cards to extend. I never saw it, but that was kind of the principle. Rivalry of Warlords was big. That was the one real big difference against Vanadium today because they're going through all these bunch of different types, and of course you're basically only playing fiends.
Yeah, that card's insane.
Spell traps. I got Twin Twisters. Didn't play against anything that relied too much on it today, so didn't really get a chance to come up. And then going second, Mind Control, 2 Radiants, 3 Dark Rulers, and Super Poly. Super Poly was a beast.
How many Super Poly? 2? 3?
3.
Gotcha.
Three super poly. When you get to suck up that Charles Link and the Immortal Phoenix Gearfried.
That's just
at
crazy.
once, yeah.
Yeah.
Leaves them with nothing.
Okay. Well, is there anyone you would like to shout out before we end off the deck profile?
I'd like to shout out the other Mitchell today, who was also playing Unchained. That was really cool to see.
Yeah, I had to play against you and then the other Mitchell right in a row, so it was just Unchained versus Unchained back to back. So I really learned the matchup.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Watch out.
So with that, this was Mitchell Bonner, and this is me, Gokuzemi, signing off. Peace.